Hey y'all, welcome back, man. It's your boy Straight the Creator, and today, man, I'm here to tell y'all how I turned $200 in my brokerage account to 70,000. 2 years ago, my brokerage account had around $200 in it. Today, it's around 70,000. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a financial guru. I work a regular job, and I'm trying to build wealth and legacy. Here's exactly how I did it. So is it easy? No and yes. And I'm gonna say that because when you first start, no, it's not. You got to get the money up. My mind frame wasn't right, and so when I got my mind frame right, it became easy. When I say my mind frame, you had to switch your mind from getting instant gratification. Like when I like, okay, I ain't gonna just make $1 million right now. Boom. It don't happen like that. It don't work like that. This is long money we talking about. This is like planting a tree with roots in the ground. You gotta do the root work first. You feel me? When you do the root work, when that tree come up, you can't cut that tree. You can't get rid of that tree. You can cut the tree down, but another gonna sprout up. Cause so you still gotta build that strong root, that strong foundation, that strong root work upon the ground to get it to go like that. You feel me? That's what I'm gonna show y'all today. That's how the process goes, really. That's how the process goes, really. You know. Why did I get started? Why did I get started? Well, honestly, I don't like to work. I don't like to work hard. I'm just be honest with you. You know. And I wanna build a legacy. I want to be the first one in my family that's a millionaire. I think, that I know of. And I want to leave a legacy for my grandkids, my daughter, her kids, they kids. Like everybody like the Rockefellers, the rich people. I want to do that. I'm from a poor community. I'm from a poor community, but I can do it, and it's easy. It ain't even hard, man. So as soon as I changed my mindset, I seen it wasn't hard. Like back to what I was saying earlier, it's easy, yeah. It ain't hard. When I did it, I seen like, okay, it's the game. Like when I learned how the game be played, I seen it wasn't that hard. I was like, okay, I'm finna do this, and I couldn't believe it was easy as it was. Be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I look back now, I be like, bro, this can't be that easy, but it is. And I'm gonna show you how. So what's some of the fears that I had? I didn't have many fears because I done it before. And then I blew the money, I had to start over. So I already knew what to look out for. But like some of y'all might have fears of like, oh, I'm gonna lose all my money. No, it don't work like that. If you lose all your money, everybody gonna lose all their money. Everybody gonna be in the same boat. No, if you make the wrong decision. Now you can't lose all your money in there, but we ain't doing that way. We ain't trying to make $1 million overnight. You feel me? If you're trying to make $1 million overnight, yeah, it's a possibility. Possibility you lose all your money. Easy come, easy go. That's how the game goes. We making smart money. That's how we doing. That's how we doing this channel. We make smart money. We make smart decisions. We're trying to build a legacy. We're trying to get rich. We're trying to get wealthy. You know. So with fears, it ain't maybe just getting started. That's the biggest fear, just getting started, getting going. That was probably the biggest fear I had, getting going. So when I got going, it wasn't nothing to it. Like that's probably all y'all biggest fear, just to get it. Get going, getting started. Some of the mistakes I made, yeah, I made a lot of mistakes starting out when I first started. I still make some mistakes because it's a learning process. I made some mistakes with options. My first option play, I did great. My first option play, I did excellent. Like, oh, I made a lot of money off my first option. Probably my second or third option, I lost money because I didn't know what I was doing. I just did the first one and I made some money, and I thought it was gonna be easy, but it ain't never that simple. Ain't nothing never that easy. Nothing's never that easy. So that's what you gotta remember. I had lost a little money doing options before, but the first time I did, I made a lot of money. But the second and third time, I lost some money. I could have lost a lot because options ain't no joke. But we ain't gonna even try to worry about no options right now. We just trying to get it going. We trying to build that foundation. We trying to get that machine going. We trying to get that machine going. That's what we trying to do, get the machine going. So another mistake, trying to do the penny stocks, the dollar stocks, the crypto, the little Doge coins and all that stuff, man. I did Dogecoin. I lost $1,000 like instantly with Dogecoin. I knew I was gonna do it. I just had to prove a point to somebody like, bro, I'm not finna invest in an invisible coin with a dog face on it. And I lost $1,000 quick. You feel me? So that was a mistake I made doing a lot of the penny stocks. I lost a lot of money doing that. Because a penny stock basically is an idea. It's not probably even a company. It's probably somebody in their garage. Not saying that can't happen because I think that's how Amazon got started in the garage. But just we ain't taking that big of a risk. I don't do that no more. I don't grew past that. If you're young, hey, be my guest. Do that. But nah. And then my goals. See, one of the first things you gotta do, set some goals. See, we just in the beginning stages right now. The 70 is the beginning stages. The big goal is to become a millionaire. That's the big goal. We trying to become a millionaire. The 70 is the beginning stages of becoming a millionaire. So I got my goals typed out, printed out. So I can just go look at it. And 70 is past where I need to be right now. Way past where I need to be. So I'm ahead of schedule. So long as I stay ahead of schedule every year, I will make that million. Simple as that. You feel me? I got something I can look at. Okay, this is where I need to be at. Okay, I'm a little behind. Let me kick something else from the high gear. Let me do something. Let me make some whatever I gotta do to get back on track. It's just like you're a business. You're a walking business. You're a walking business. So you gotta have goals. You gotta have something to shoot for. So you gotta have something you can see. If you don't got no goals, you ain't shooting for. You just out there doing whatever. So even if you make mistakes, like I can blow a lot of the money right now, but long as I'm still where I need to be on my goal tier, I'm good. I can go party, go travel, whatever right now, as long as I don't spend over what I need to have at the end of this year, because I'm past it. I'm past that. So I can blow and still be on my trajectory to meet my big goal. I got a thing where I got little small yearly goals to lead to that big goal of that $1 million. And I'm past where I need to be right now. So I could blow some money and still be headed to where I need to be. And see, what's my motivation? Man, just to be free, man. I'm an Aquarius. I love my freedom. I just want to be free. I don't want to have to worry about getting up every morning. I love my job. I don't have to worry about going to work every morning. My daughter's a big influence on me. My legacy. I want to be somebody. I just want to be somebody, in life. I'm the first millionaire in my family. Leave a legacy. Live after I'm dead. My name still lives on. You feel me? You could do that. Simple. All right, the first step that I did when I started was making a system. Making a system is super important, man. This is the first. This is gonna get you going. And see, the system I use, one of the systems I use, I got several, but you got to put them all together. The first system I used was the 50-30-20 system. So that basically, the 50-30-20 is basically my paycheck, my normal job paycheck. 50% of my check goes to my bills, 30% goes to fun, entertainment, and 20% goes to investing. So out of that 20%, I put that in my account every month, add to my account. So we started with 200, and whatever the 20% is of what I made that pay period, it goes into that account. So and then another way, and then this adds on to that system. I had it automated. Automated mean I ain't got to do it every time I get paid. It automatically does it. So as soon as my paycheck hit, boom, that comes out, goes into my brokerage account. You feel me? So now I gotta consistently stay invested in something, And when I mean consistent invested, like I gotta have that money working. As soon as it go in, every dollar gotta be working, gotta be going in and making more money. So if I don't have nothing I want to buy right now, because I don't buy stocks until until they go on sale. I always buy them on sale. I don't buy them when they hot. So I I have to constantly. So when my money goes in there, I just whatever's not invested, I put in the money market. So it's making interest. So it's making something. We making whatever the interest rate is in the money market. The money automatically comes out there and goes in there. Bam. That's number one. Start your system. Get your system going. Step number two, buy quality companies. Like I told you earlier, one of the biggest mistakes I made was buying penny stock. Like you have a penny stock company, man, boom, it's going crazy. It started at a penny and you hoping it's gonna be $1 one day, and you sitting there like halfway through and it disappears. It's gone. It's nothing. All your money gone. That's what penny stock do, man. So I just buy great companies. Companies you know gonna be there for the next 20, 30 years. Like Facebook and Google and companies like that, like good quality company, top companies. Cause you gotta think the top companies make all the gains anyway. They constantly growing their growth company. They constantly growing. They constantly reinvesting into themselves, buying up other smaller companies, making their company even more bigger. Some of their biggest problems is monopolizing stuff, is being too powerful, being too big. That's their problem. And I don't see that's a bad problem. That's a cool problem to me if you ask me. So I buy great companies, the best in the Max 7. I buy good dividend companies that pay good dividends over a period of time of 30 years, dividends aristocrats and all that. So I'm getting paid that, all the time. So that's another one of my strategy. That's strategy number 2. Strategy number 3, hold long term. Now I'm not in and out of stocks. I don't in and out because you'll miss a lot of gains, and these things go in rotation. That joker might sit there for months, don't even move. Just a little bit, and boom, shoot up. If you constantly in and out, you're gonna miss that. Like you have a company like Google, and it might just been sitting, carrying along, just floating up and down a little bit, ain't really going nowhere. Then all of a sudden, some news break, they come out with something new, boom, it shoots up. And you wasn't there to catch it. It's a good company. It's gonna do it eventually. Google, the top companies are going to make money. The top companies are going to make money. If you know what they do. So the top companies gonna make money. That's what they do. So it ain't gonna happen every day. But eventually it's gonna happen. You don't want to miss out on that. So you stay invested. You hold these companies, you hold them. Years. I'm joking. Look at any of these companies, bro. They've been up over 1,000% in like 5 years, man. Look at the 5-year chart, man. Look how much these companies don't grow, man. 500%, stuff like that. That could be in your money. And step number 4, I think we're on number 4. Buy the dips. And like I want to say, buy the sales. When things go on sale, my mom used to go shopping. We used to shop. Everything we ever bought was on sale. My mama always bought the sales. I ain't never get nothing growing up on regular price. We just wait till everything go on sale. I do that now. I get my coupons, my Kroger cards and all that, and buy the sales. I always buy the dip. When them good companies go down, Google, Facebook, all those, when they dip, go down, that's when you buy. You don't want to buy. You never want to buy when they going up. It's like buying a car worth $10,000, but they charge you $20,000 for it. It's the value of the car is still gonna be $10,000, ain't gonna drop probably. So you never want to buy a company when it's going up high. This is when you sit back and just stack your money. That's when you stack your money in your brokerage account and buy money market funds. When you just making off interest rate. When everything going up, everything good. When the panic set in, everybody go to selling like COVID and all that. And the dips, and when Trump go to doing stuff and the market drop, that's when you buy. That's when you start buying. When everybody panicking, selling, getting out, that's when you buy everything going on sale. When the housing market, when everybody go to selling all their houses and stuff, that's when you're going to get the best deals. When everybody buying, them prices of them houses going to go up. Supply and demand, that's the name of the world, supply and demand. The less something is, the more valuable it is. When everybody buying houses and the price is going to shoot up because they see that. It's fewer houses, so the price going to go up. When everybody getting out of houses, selling their houses and stuff, the price going to be hard to sell when everybody's selling. Because everybody's selling. So everybody got to come down their price so they can get their house sold. So that's when you buy, when everything on sale. You feel me? And then hold, sit and go back to the other step, hold for the long term. And you're gonna make money. Trust me. Trust me. You're gonna go from $200 to 70,000 in under 2 years. Under 2 years. I say the video say 2 years, but we ain't even hit the 2 year mark yet. We still got a few months to go before we hit the 2 year mark, man. So that's under 2 years. So remember that. Yep. And don't panic sell. When everything going bad, you gotta get comfortable. You gotta be relaxed, man. You gotta chill. Don't panic sell. If you panic sell, you messing up. You one of them people. It's gonna go up over time. The stock market always went up over time, bro. So you just might gotta wait. Unless you need to use that money. So you shouldn't be investing money you need to use. That's where the 50, 30, 20 rule come in. You know, this 20% money you shouldn't even be using. You know, to go into none of that. You know, I got side hustles. I shoot videos. I'm a videographer. All my videographer money, bro, goes to my brokerage account. So that's another way I got to get to 70,000, because a lot of my money, all my side money, extra money, plus my brokerage is going in there. If I get any tax return, if I get a scratch off and hit the scratch off, I win $500. That $500 is going to my brokerage account, bro. You know, I'm saving all the money because I'm trying to get it big as possible. Because you get to a certain amount, that's when that foundation take play. That the roots don't grow, and that tree gonna come up through the ground, and it's gonna sprout up. You get to a certain level, you get that $100,000 mark, man. It's gonna be hard to stop it. Trust me. And then, you know, if you got a job, bro, keep your job. You know, work the job, and a job is guaranteed money, man. As long as you can go to work every day and they don't fire you, go in, do your thing. That's a guaranteed check. You know, that my videographer is not a guaranteed check. If business gets slow, I'm not making no money. But that job, as long as I showed up to go to work every day, do my job, and get my check. And I can do what I need to do with my check, my 50, 30, 20. You feel me? I don't 50, 30, 20 my side hustle. I just save that side hustle money. Because I don't want to be running around chasing folk doing video for the rest of my life. No. I want to sit back, my money making money like the rich man. That's how I want to live. Another big mistake I did is overthinking it. You don't got to overthink it, bro. You can set it and forget it. Because it's easy. It ain't even that difficult, bro. Like, it's really too easy. I don't see how everybody don't do it, bro. I see, okay. You know, but bro, I ain't nobody special. You know, I'm from a poor community. Come on, man. I ain't nobody, bro. I just seen it. I'm the type of person I watch stuff and see how it go. And hey, it worked. You know, it's working. It's worked several times for me, man. I don't blew 50,000 with this stock market stuff, bro. I took it from 0 to 50 and blew all of it and started over several times. I'd be a millionaire by now if I wasn't blowing the money, having fun. You know, I don't do everything. I don't got to my part of my life where I ain't got to have fun all the time no more, man. I miss some parties. I miss some things because I'm trying to do something, you know. So it is what it is. You know, I'm still learning. You feel me? The game. I don't know everything. I'm not like the top. Honestly, I don't think nobody truly knows what's going on anyway with this stuff, man. Because if you watch the TV shows and stuff, they always changing their opinions and stuff, man, and guessing. All I know, over time, this thing goes up. That's all I know. That's what I peeped out. And you invest in good companies, they gonna go up. And you can kind of tell when they don't went up high as they go up, because they just get boring and they're gonna fall off. You can kind of tell, because we using these products. We using the Facebook, we using the Googles. We know when Google played out. We know when this played out. We gonna know for any of them. And they doing numbers and stuff, man, but we out here in the trenches figuring it out, looking at it ourselves. So, you know. So that's pretty much it, man. That's how, and it sounds real simple, man, but that's how I did it, bro. That's how I went from $200 to 70,000, man, in under 2 years, bro. Like, boom, the account speaks for itself. You know, so so that's what it is, bro. Like, it ain't hard. It ain't, man. This is what my channel's for. Y'all subscribe, because this is just the beginning stages. I'm gonna show you the whole journey, how I get to $1 million, bro. I'm gonna show you the journey, bro. Like, we gonna start. This is beginning stages, but I'm gonna show you how I get to $1 million. Easy. I ain't gonna say easy, but we're gonna get there, bro. Y'all gonna journey with me. We're gonna get to this $1 million. This is part one of the documentary on my travel, on my journey to $1 million. This is it right here, man. Strictly Creative. Y'all subscribe to the channel, man. We going all the way up.